We, the first peoples of this land called Australia, have always been here. Since the beginning of time, our people have lived in harmony with land, animals and spirits of this country. From our old people, we were taught that well-being was connected to our ancestors, our families and communities, our culture and country, and keeping our minds and bodies strong. While we had ups and downs like all human beings, for the most part, we were healthy and happy for thousands of years.
But when foreign colonisers came to our country, they didn't see us as human beings. The settlers and their new governments wanted our land. So they forced us off our country, imprisoned our warriors and tore our families apart. The pain we felt from these experiences was overwhelming.
A vicious cycle of despair and destructive behaviours began, which was then passed on to our children. This is known as intergenerational trauma. Long after the early days of frontier violence, Indigenous people continued to be oppressed and discriminated against.
The racist beliefs that had led to invasion were now ingrained into everyday structures, in laws, systems and institutions. These systemic issues created some of the lowest levels of health, education and employment outcomes for our people, despite living in one of the richest countries in the world. Yet, in the face of all our suffering, we had survived. We still felt the strength of our ancestors, and we were going to fight to get the same rights as everyone else.
Over many years, our campaigning, activism and demands for basic human rights led to many positive changes for our people, showing a better way forward. But for some of us, the path to healing is still a long and difficult one. There are many complex, historical, political, social and cultural determinants unique to First Nation people, which are impacting our health today.
Before colonisation, our ancestors had great physical, mental, emotional and social health. Today, we can still look after our social and emotional well-being, just in possibly different ways, by playing sport, eating new types of healthy foods, healing through truth-telling and maintaining respect for our elders and kinship systems. Having happy, connected families keeps our spirits strong.
You see, for our people, we understand ourselves as communities as well as individuals. In other words, our health is holistic. It takes into account our broader families and environments, well-being, not just our own physical and mental health. That's why having strong First Nation role models who make decisions about and find solutions to the issues that affect our communities is so important. We know better than anyone what our people need to heal. For instance, we know that connecting to our culture nourishes our spirits. This means continuing our ancient traditions of yarning, ceremony, speaking language, and listening to our ancestors. These traditions are guided by the profound spiritual connection we have to this land, to country.
Of course, there is no one single Indigenous culture or group, but many. So how we express our culture, spirituality and well-being will look different for all of us. While some people might struggle with particular areas of their health, like their connection to country, they may feel strong in others, like their connection to family and community. Yes, First Nations people have survived the worst, but we must remember, we have great strengths and unique skills that we are using to create a better future. The solutions to the trauma and disadvantage that our people still face today can't be fixed by the health sector alone. They require policies and services across all sectors of our society that respect our cultures and understand our history. If we as a nation can better understand Indigenous Australians' holistic and interconnected ways of experiencing social and emotional well-being, our people won't just survive, we will thrive, living in harmony with the world around us, just like our ancestors once did.